In this particular video, we've got a brief introduction to the topic of recruitment. Recruitment is a key area for any organisation because obviously if you don't recruit good staff, then your organisation won't do particularly well, and it's an area that gets tested frequently. We're going to look at 3 different recruitment methods: internal, external, and using some kind of specialist, a recruitment consultant. If we are looking at internal recruitment simply means that the company promotes from within, or the company takes somebody who is already inside working for the organisation and gets them to carry out a particular task. Now, there are a number of advantages to internal recruitment. It is fast. You don't have to spend a long time looking because you probably have an idea who you want to promote. They don't have to hand their notice in at a new company and then come and join you. So it's fairly quick. It should motivate people. If members of staff can see their colleagues being promoted, can see their colleagues doing more interesting tasks, then hopefully they will work hard so that they can also get promoted. And it's relatively cheap because we don't have to pay any recruitment agents, we don't have to do any advertising. It's fast, it's motivating, it's cheap. So it sounds brilliant. It sounds like all companies should do this. However, there may not be any candidates that are suitable. If we want candidates with a particular knowledge or skill or experience, maybe there aren't any inside the organisation. So we may not be able to do internal recruitment even if we wanted to. Secondly, it doesn't work very well when the company is looking at doing something new. Now, let's imagine that the company is going to open up a new division doing something that the company has never ever done before. By definition, there will be nobody in the company with any experience of it because the company's never done it before. So under those circumstances, you might be better to recruit from outside. So internal recruitment works very well, but only sometimes. So an alternative is external recruitment. Now, what this means is the company places some adverts in the newspapers or in a magazine or something, or whatever it happens to be, but the company is going to go and try and find the new members of staff. Now, external recruitment is good because it brings in these new skills. People outside the organisation will have different skills, different knowledge, different attitudes, and maybe we want to get those. It may be the only way to get somebody. As we've already said, there may not be anybody suitable inside our organisation. And particularly as you go up the organisation, as people get more and more and more and more senior, it sometimes becomes harder and harder to recruit from within. You might need to get somebody from the outside. The trouble is, it is going to be time consuming. If you are doing external recruitment, it means whoever you choose is currently working for somebody else. So they have to hand their notice in and they may well have to work some months before they can join you. Not only that, but they will be unfamiliar with the way that you do things. They won't know how we do things in our company, what forms need filling out, which person do I need to go to speak to arrange something. They won't know any of those things. So it takes a long time to get them, and it takes a while before they are working as efficiently as somebody who's been in the organisation for years. Finally, we may have no skill at recruiting, particularly a small company which has concentrated in the past at simply making its products, producing its products, dealing with customers. Recruitment is a skill. How do you look for the right people? How do you know how to word your advert? How do you know where to put your advert? These things are a skill, and many organisations don't actually know how to do it. They could do external recruitment, but instead of writing their own adverts, they perhaps would use a recruitment consultant. So in other words, we simply pay somebody, we pay another company to collect various different people who they think might be suitable. We will still interview them. We will still make a final decision, but they are going to go and find various applicants. Now, there are a number of advantages. This is what they do for a business, and they should be good at it. They may be better at it than us because they do it all the time. They may be able to do it cheaper than us. They may be able to, get economies of scale because they can do things on a large scale. They may well have access to workers with particular skills. It is relatively common for workers to register with an employment agency and to say, I have got 5 years experience of doing this or 2 years experience of doing that. Well, if that's what we are looking for, the recruitment agency already has that. It may be quick because they may be able to say, we actually have somebody who we think would be suitable for you. The downside is it will be expensive because you have to pay them to do all these things on top of paying for all the adverts. And finally, they may not understand exactly what you want. In your own mind, the company thinks this is the kind of person we want with these skills, with these knowledge. But the recruitment agent might not have anybody like that. So they might send somebody who's not quite what you want. So all of those different areas that we've got, they all have advantages and disadvantages for recruiting people. So in summary, a company needs to recruit people. You have to constantly be getting new people. You've got 3 choices. Internal is quick, but you may not be able to have anybody you want. External is slower, and you may not have the right skills to find the right person and recruit them. Using a consultant is the most expensive, but it may be the only viable option. In the exam, you may get a scenario question that says, what would be the best way to recruit for this particular job? And you'll have to choose the right one.